Hi, it's Brittany, and welcome to the Proverbs study. Today we are in Proverbs 3. We've made it through 2 chapters, and before the second month of the year. We praise God for that. And there's so much wisdom to be had, so let's get into it. Every day of the year, we'll be reading and studying the book of Proverbs. We're in Proverbs 3, and we'll be reading 1 and 2, verses 1 and 2 from the King James and then from the Passion Translation. So the King James says, "My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee." This is very simple and straightforward, so this video won't be long. My son. So Solomon is writing this, and he's writing this because all of this, he wants this wisdom that he asked God for. And because he asked God for wisdom, God gave him all these riches. And he honored the ask. And so Solomon's response to getting all of this wisdom, and he gave him wisdom on top of all of the riches. So the response, for all this wisdom is to pass it on. And so he says, "My son, forget not my law." And we can see this as God telling us, as dear children, don't forget the law that I've given you, because the law is there to protect you. But let your heart keep my commandments. The rewards of wisdom is what the Passion Translation calls it. And it says, "My child, if you truly want a long and satisfying life, never forget the things that I've taught you. Follow closely every truth that I've given you. Then you will have a full, rewarding life. Or for length of days and long life and peace shall they add to you." So God's law and his commandments, even though at this point in history, these laws that God gave, the law that he gave that had all of these different commandments in it and all of these different statutes to follow, it may seem tedious, but God was doing it to protect. And so we should not forget that they are there to protect us. And we should keep God's commandments on our hearts, because like we learned in the first 2 chapters of Proverbs, that not following people who lie, because their lying leads to murder, and not following the strange woman or the evil person that tells you to come do evil things with them, because their ways lead to death and their own destruction is what they're actually falling into. That's just one example of why God is admonishing us. Solomon is admonishing his son to keep those commandments, because you will live long and you will have peace. You'll have that. You'll be enclosed in peace. And so let's remember that. And let's allow the access that we have to God's truth and his law, when we follow it closely, let it give us a full and rewarding life. Have a wonderful day.